Hello, Haterade from Tales from the Age of Men, Development Blog 3. Today, I'm just going to show you some XML code slash other things, UI stuff, so that I can kind of just walk it through you. That's going to be a little bit more unorganized today than probably other blogs because I haven't looked at it and I don't know all the things yet. So one of the things that Anwin did was starting equipment in gold that we kind of did from Realms Forgotten. So thank you to Black Rose and his team. So as you guys can see, these ones are changing based upon what you selected. It's just a kind of um, template right now because I have to go in the code and set these up. So he just kind of just for testing picked it. Yeah, so Sauron also has his own helmet. So there's two Sauron helmets, just to let you guys know. Yes, there is clipping. We understand. There's a custom race for Sauron, so he's going to use that in game. And then the players, because I know that some of you guys are going to want to use this armor, they're going to have their own helmet that's a little bit bigger. So that's kind of how we did that. So before you guys start yelling at me. And then the mace is going to be bigger too. So this guy is probably going to be about 9 to 10 feet for Sauron. I just have to make a race for him with a very small head. And then the mace is going to be increased based upon how big Sauron gets, kind of like what we'd have to do with the cave trolls. So they're not holding toothpicks. But yeah, so that's a pretty good size right now if you're just kind of standing there, but it needs to be a lot longer in my opinion. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I was doing. I'm just making sure I can load into the game. I just merged all the code into my test branch. So like what I'd like to do is after I merge, I like to make sure that I can actually load into the game and not die. I did also, like from yesterday's blog, I did fix this stuff. I'm gonna have to come back in here because that guy's stuck. So yeah, so now you see I can actually go across. Oh God, leave me alone. I can actually go across that area which I couldn't go. Oh shit, there it is. Yeah, shut up. Go away. Yeah, so there's that. Another thing to go over is I did do that change right yesterday. To this. So let's see if I can go across this. I think I also have to fix this a little bit. Can I go across? That's weird, right? So that how he did like that little thing. I'm gonna have to probably edit this again because I didn't like how he did a juke move there. Well, he doesn't do a juke move anymore. Well, now, yeah, you see that weird juke move? I don't know. That's just weird to me. So I'll probably, kind of redo this again. I'll probably actually make this bridge a little bit bigger for me because it is absolutely annoying right now to do. And I have to increase that nav mesh. All right, I have to like raise the height of it so it can do what it needs to do. But I have tested this, so I'm just going to end it. All right, so now I'm in the editor, so you guys can start to see. Soon this scene will change to what I talked about, so that's pretty cool. And shout out to Hart for doing that. And I think that he just leaves us a lot more options to like kind of constantly kind of scroll through the screen so that or different scenes, excuse me, so you don't see the same thing over and over again. But I told him like don't spend too much time because I'm not gonna lie to you. Not a lot of people spend too much time looking at this. They're trying to get in the game, but this is the UI that we have. Shout out to Neo Blossom, White Goat, and Hart and Tyrell for kind of working on this huge project. But this is the editor, so I'm just gonna go into the editor real quick. What do I have to do? So this is what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just go in here and I'm going to pick default templates for some of the cultures that we have. So like for example Ebor, I'm gonna have to just go in here. I'm just gonna grab like what the kind of the cheapest stuff. So that right there. So now I'm gonna bring over my Visual Studio. So this is Visual Studio. As you can see, I just merged my own stuff. Over here you can see that these two don't have any locks on them. So like the starting gold equipment and the start war console command. So what another thing that he did is he did a Hello, let me open it up. He did the ability to start all of the wars, just basically giving you guys a lot more configurable options to start the war whenever you want, so whenever you feel ready. So by default, it's going to do the Isengard versus Rohan war first, and Dunlin is going to join there. And then it's set statically right now, 20 days from there, it starts the War of the Ring. And we're kind of talking through that. What we really need from the community is like when is a good time, because it takes a little bit of build up time. I think a year in game before the Isengard um, event happens. So you get a year to kind of build yourself up, and then additionally another 20 days on top of that before the War of the Ring. I just want you to be able to, kind of customize that, and once again, you can customize that with the MCM options in game for the Isengard. Like you guys can set, it doesn't have to be a year. You guys can set that specifically when you want. We just picked a year so that you can, go through your playthroughs. But you also have the console commands now, so you can throw the console commands in there. I'll give you those here soon. But here is the startup gold config. So as you can see, those were all set by, you can see all the Sauron. He was just using those as an example. So now I have to build this out for every single culture, right? So using this template, build it out for every single culture. And all of these, I think there's 12 of them. Yep, 12, right? So all of them. Now, every culture doesn't use all 12. Some of them are 5 max is what they're going to use, and this is obviously decided upon. Your starting point will be decided upon the youth. What is it called? The youth selection, character creation selection. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do eboard real quick. So I'm just going to come in here, copy. I could probably use Gronk for this, but I'll do it live for you guys so that so you guys can see kind of what's happening. But I would usually, probably do one as an example, and then give it to Gronk and say, okay, here's your left-right limits and go, right? But anyways, there's that. There's the code. That's gonna be saved right there. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is go to my party templates, and I'm just gonna copy one of them. Actually, I want to go back. This is battle. Okay, I'm just gonna copy a battle template real quick. Oh, I'm not going to go to party templates. I lied to you. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go to sandbox equipment sets, right? Maybe? Am I? Is it this one? Nope. It is sandbox core equipment sets. That's where I'm going to go. Here it is. It is here. And I will do this. I'll just copy this real quick. Boom. I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to do a quick note down here, just a quick comment. This is going to be character creation templates so that anyone can come in here and kind of understand it. I'm going to leave that alone because I don't care. But okay, let me just start deleting this stuff. You do have the ability to go up to 4 items, so it starts at 0 and goes to 3 if you wanted to. I think that we're probably only going to go probably that for right now. I think 2, maybe a sword and shield, spear and shield, depending on what you're picking. And then I'll just get rid of this because you're not going to have a horse. Yeah, so there we go. So now what I can do is I can look at this. We can go and pick that right here as the latest and greatest. I should have learned my lesson because it's not going to allow me to get rid of it, but that's fine. We're going to go to body. We're just going to spell it out here. Now this is actually set in my my items. So if I go over to here, I'm just going to open this up into a new window. I pin some of my stuff, ladies and gentlemen, so yours might not look like mine, but I'm going to go over into my armory, module data, items, Ebor, and then all of my stuff, like all the stuff for the wearables equipment is right in here. Obviously, weapons and shields are there. So, but I try to name them the same that's in here, unless I'm crazy. Unless there's like a spelling error, shut up the Chase, who always gives me spelling errors, and Keyforce, who also always gives me spelling errors. You guys are loved, cherished, adored by somebody, but probably not me. So yeah, so there's that. SK, once again, just making sure I don't have spelling errors. Talk shit, and then do the same thing, right? So, okay, cool. Now I'm just going to go to gloves. I don't think you need to start off with gloves. Let's make it hard mode. Sure, I'll just give you some. We'll see. I'm just gonna fill it out, and then I can play with the rest later. But SK Dwarf Ebor Gloves A. I can play with them a little bit later off stream, and of course this frickin' thing. I swear. Oh my goodness. All right. Next thing is boots. I'm not going to open it up because I learned my lesson. You used to be able to just like save it and then kind of refresh that kind of screen and then close it, but I guess it doesn't allow me to do that anymore. I'm not going to give you a helmet starting out or a cape, because why not? I want you to get hit in the head. It's good for you. Builds character. Now I'm going to go to items, weapons. I'm just going to pick something from, I'm just going to pick something from Ebor. Something that makes sense. That's bows. Here we go. Just going to find all. Okay, short bows, one-handed axe. Boom, done. One-handed axe, and that's what you can run around with. No shield, because shields are for pussies. And actually, shields are for penises. And yeah, that's it. Yep, that's good. Yeah, I think that's fine, actually. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm just going to put this Ebor CC template, and I'm going to end it. I'll probably do a little bit more after this. I would probably put like, cavalry, whatever those ones are in here that I didn't see fully. Where is it? I would probably match it to this. But for now, I'll just do default at the end of that. Default. And call it a day. And then make sure it's good. Boom. And then obviously change the culture because that's important. All right. Come in here. Come in here. That's right. I want to do. And I'm actually going to do that all the way down. All right, make sure that's good. No comma, good, perfect. No errors, no issues found. Save. I mean, it's not too hard to copy paste, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit, balls. I forgot about Iron Hills. That's gonna be an interesting time. So I'll probably make 2 templates. Um, Whatever. I'll probably make a couple different templates and put them here for different things. Obviously, like infantry, stuff like that, so that you can have your kind of choice a little bit. I would have to go match these up with the character creation, so I'll show you that real quick. I think that I walked through this in the first blog, so let me just kind of grab what am I doing with myself? Here we go. I need to go to character creation. Let me just find Ebor real quick. Okay, is it youth? Or what is this? Parents? Yeah, parents. Okay, Ebor. Actually, let me do this the easy way. Youth. Or come on. Okay, Ebor. And what we use is, and what we're looking at here is cavalry, garrison, skirmisher, other outriders, infantry, campers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I lied in the beginning. It's actually 6. It's not 5. But this is where we find what we're looking for to go back and map it out. So, cav, garrison, skirmisher. Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. It doesn't. Later on, I'll make sure that this works. So at any point, it will obviously default to this. So if you see the this one, that means it's probably not set up. It's probably airing out, and I'm gonna have to go fix it. So like it always will kind of default back to this, but it also should individually default back to these defaults. But anyways, that's that. Let's save it. I'm gonna build it. Make sure that there's no errors. It's probably being, come on, thank you. Build successful. You're not gonna have to do this. I'm just doing it because we made a little bit of a change. We don't use. Let me go here. We don't use net 6, so we have to get rid of it in our thing, and just don't worry about it. That you won't have to do this if you set yourself up correctly. I'm just doing it because I messed something up and we have to just go fix it. I'm just too lazy to fix it right now. Boop, boop. Oh, I shouldn't have to go that far. It's 64. Here, it's right here. Boom. Yes. Then what I'm gonna do, so yeah, so if you just usually I will rebuild and then hit the debug to play. For me specifically, I made a change and now it copies and puts it into 6 instead of 7 dot whatever the heck that was, whatever the dot net was. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I just making sure that that change actually took before I then go to Gronk and make them work for me and get my $30 a month out of them. But another thing that is like I would have to go and kind of what I will do is just take all the recruits and you'll just kind of look like a recruit, like level 6. I'll take that from all of the nations and kind of do it like that way for all the custom ones like the dwarfs and stuff like that for now. And then maybe later on down the road I'll get a little bit more kind of sexy with starting off various different kind of what you wear. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day you're going to attack. You're going to get attacked by a bandit. He's going to take your sweet cheeks. You're going to get you're going to have to escape from there. And then you're going to get attacked by more bandits. They're going to take more of your sweet cheeks. And by the time that you get done with that, you should have enough money to have a good old time buying your own stuff. So I just want to get through this to youth. Perfect. Yeah, it looks wonderful. Look at that guy. Looks just badass. That is cool. So it works. Whoa. Okay. These animations are interesting. Alright, so let's just, yep, defeated an enemy. Actually, I'm just going to go back here 1 second. Two-hand pull. I'm just going to write this down because I don't want to have to go check the code. So Royal Guard was two-hand. I want to give them, obviously, if I give you points in two-hand and polearm, I want to match that up. So Royal Guard. Sorry, I should do this off stream, but you're going to see me do it live. Two-handed and polearm. So defended the gates, whatever the heck the second one is. Number 2 is crossbow. Okay. I swear I changed it. I'm pretty sure, but it's good because what's their faces? Iron Hills has a crossbow, and this pen stopped working, so crossbow and polearm. Then iron number 3 is throwing in one hand, so one hand and throwing. Once again, I could have easily grabbed this from Scout and Bow. Well, that's crazy. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Number 4 is scouting. Well, I don't care about scouting. Bow. Interesting. Maybe I'll look at this and change that to another. Each one of these have 2 kind of skills, and that has scouting, which maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it alone. Okay. Number 5 is polearm and 2-handed, which is weird because we already have that. Maybe I'll change this to 1 hand and polearm because we already have that. So you see, it's really good to go and look through this stuff so that when you were doing it before, you can see your mistakes live and talk about them. What the hell? This will probably be trade, and 6 will be trade. This is trash. Trade and 1 hand. Jesus, ruggery and trade. Terrible. All right. Yeah, so did that live. Yeah, these are pretty good. Charm and Steward for you people that like to. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I crash. I'm gonna have to fix this if I do, but I didn't crash. Okay, so usually I'm looking at a crash right now for party map. So like when the method that basically shows this little guy on the map and stuff like that, sometimes you can get a error that just crashes the game. You don't really get to see what happens, but it's a party. I can see it because I can see into from a debug mode. I can see it. I can rip down the locals and it will show me. I'm going to show you that one time when I get a crash. I'll probably do another quick blog so that you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. But like when I launch it in debug mode, I get to see basically everything that's happening. I'll also attach JetBrains to the process, and I can look at, okay, what method is taking up the most CPU. Let me go look at it. Let me go optimize it. Okay, what's causing it to crash? What local variables or variables, any kind of variables are causing it to crash? So that's what's good about you using Visual Studio and kind of having your code in a project, is it you get to see like what's going on. So like it will tell you in most cases what the null or object reference not found, what the object is or what the null one is. Should have done that anyways, in my opinion, from Tell Worlds. But hey, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's that. Let me just end that. So that's what I wanted to show you on today's kind of blog. Is that's the character creation and the starting gold will be set. That is not. This is where I should have pulled it from, and I'll be changing these here soon. Just kind of refining it, but that's kind of where you got to basically set all your stuff. And as you can see, I set it. It looked like it worked. I do know that there are some crashings that are happening with children coming of age. I'm sorry I haven't got to it because I just don't have enough time to go through a full playthrough to get to those crashes. So like my Patreons, when I do release it today or probably tomorrow your time, I don't know. It's getting pretty late today, but if I do release it today, which was be late my time today, and then it'll take time to upload and all this other stuff. But I do need you guys to kind of, because you'll have the latest and greatest save, or you'll have the latest and greatest configuration. I'm going to say configuration. What I mean by that is, as you can see here in my GitHub, I have a lot of different branches. So I can just save this branch as beta, and then what I can do is you're going to give me, like say you crash, you have a save file, you tell me, hey, it's 5 minutes within the save file, I crash. I can load your save file into my game, and I can go to this this branch, and I can actually play, because I'm always going to be on branches ahead of the Patreon version because I'm testing and stuff like that. That's what dev is supposed to be for, but as you can see, we all test on feature branches and then merge it into dev when it works. But the long story short is that's what I need, because I just don't have the time, ladies and gentlemen, to look at to play a full playthrough yet. Maybe at some point I'll get there when all the XMLs are done and all the other stuff. But yeah, so that is startup config. So yeah, so that's Ebor, and then the gold was set. Where was the gold set at? Give me a second. hook, startup item config, and here's the startup item config. So I can set your gold. Where's my float? Yeah, 100, right? So I can set it up based upon what you pick here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just I have to figure out where this. Oh, okay, there it is. I was just like, wait, what do you mean by looter? Um, but yeah, so I can set it up the same way I set up the other one. I don't know why this has 10 here. Should be probably 1,000. And why? What? I'm gonna have to go figure out what this is. New looter. But here's where same thing that was kind of set up in the other one. Same kind of thing. Okay, so dictionary use type string, and then what's this one? Hold on. Dictionary youth type start. I have to go figure out what start item data is. Where is that? Okay. String culture ID youth type. Okay. What is the looter then? Interesting. I'm gonna have to go figure that out because I get the vast majority of this, but I don't understand the looter. Why is it a looter? I don't think it really matters. I would have to go look at the source code. I guess we could do it now. Hold on. Let's see if is this a model? Yes. Okay. Let's go look it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at this source code real quick. I'm just going to show you how to do that. I'm going to go to dnspy and I'm going to launch my dnspy. I already put a whole bunch of DLLs in here, so you can learn how to just open up the DLLs and have that. But I just want to look up this class and see it's loading all the DLLs I put in there and see what it is. What it is. Is it here? Yeah, so it's here. Oh, that's me. What? No, it's not. That's not me. Why is that me? Oh, file. So it's not, that is not what it's called. What is it called? It's a feature, starting gold equipment. So what did you change? No. Um, what I'm looking for is Tau Worlds, not my own. This is my own DLL that I loaded. And I'm looking for Tau Worlds. Do I have Tau Worlds? Yeah, I do have it in here. Hmm. How does it know? Maybe it sets it by XML? But this is how you would figure out kind of what vanilla is doing. You just probably use a little bit better search features. I'm not a coder, but I'm much more of a scripter, so I sort of understand this stuff, but I don't um, follow it 100%, right? So, interesting. How about this? He had to have used something. No, he didn't. He said he did a whole new one. Interesting. A whole new feature. Okay. I thought that he just took a model and replaced it, but now it makes sense because it's in its own features instead of, so it's its own little thing. But I thought that he would see how native did it and change it. But no, that's maybe it's this stuff. Hold on. No, that's hooks. Um, sorry. I'm just really curious. So you guys get to see me struggle bus here. Wow. I'm gonna have to ask him because now I'm just see this is my issue is I just get deeply curious, and I just want to find what is the original. It's just gonna pull up all my stuff. What is the original idea of how you knew how to kind of get to this point? Maybe it's. How about I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna do. There it is. Okay. Okay, where's equipment list though? Fill from equipment list. Equipment. Okay, let's go there then. Uh, okay, that's nothing. It's useless for me. Get to clear equipment. But anyways, I don't want you guys to see me struggle bus on this for too much. But that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Is kind of the new code that we just added today. Shout out once again to Anwin for kind of knocking that out. So you guys won't start naked and without gold. Obviously, we'll customize it to how much recruits are. You'll start with enough gold to recruit you enough people to go kind of around and buy food and stuff like that. So you asked, I heard, we'll do it. But the long story short here is another thing I wanted to do is you see that UI stuff. I kind of want to merge it into its own stuff. So I want to do this. One of the things I did is I loaded Neoblossom sent me a new module. You kind of want to keep your modules. Sometimes it's good because like there's a cap. I think it's like 20 gigabytes, so you kind of have to start breaking things down. But I was just looking at how he did this. I just wanted to look at that. So all he did was just kind of import this stuff in. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this module and I'm going to merge it into my module right here that already has GUI and other stuff. Let's actually take a look. Yeah, Gauntlet GUI, right? Because I don't want to have too many Gauntlet GUIs. So I'll take this and I'll merge it into this, and that should be it. And then I have to do the sprite generator. Not hard. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that offline because I was pretty sure about this. I'm pretty confident in this startup configs and stuff like that. I'm not confident in doing the UI stuff, so I don't want to have you guys sit here and watch me really just bang my head through the window. So long story short is, yeah, we're going to get some UI. It's not fully complete. It's just a beta, if you will, and then we're going to continue working on it. Iterations thing. But you guys will also now see the startup thing. And I also want to quickly apologize to Solaros. I was talking shit about him. I have a very joking demeanor. I joke around with Keyforce, and a lot of people, some people in the community, like really think I hate Keyforce or something. It's not. It's a joke. I mean that those are the people that I commission are really awesome people. Solos. I told him not. He wanted to fix those issues that you guys see me do. I told him not to because I want to show you guys how to do those things. Because not everyone's like Solos, who would like literally like does the XMLs, does the kind of import in the game. He takes it into the game, takes it into the smithing, fixes all that stuff. There's not a lot of people. Not a lot of 3D artists who go the extra mile to make sure that their customer is satisfied. So like he's just like, hey man, like you were talking crap about me. I was like, hey, all right. Like I forget that some people don't have the context of like Solos is amazing. He would have done it 100% himself and handed it back to me. So all I had to do is just import it again and call it a day. But I told him, let me use this as a kind of demonstration for other people so that they can actually start to see what we have to do per item, per piece in each XML and stuff like that. So the next time, I think that he's going to have me Rohan Shields here today. I'll probably do another blog about that. I'll try to keep them a little bit shorter, but like just trying to show you as much as possible, as much as behind the scenes as I can, so that when someone gets inspired, I was watching Carolina stuff. I got inspired to do it, and maybe someone else will get inspired to take on their own project or do even take this project and kind of continue moving this down the path. So yeah, this is once again Haterade, Tales from the Age of Man. Patreons, much love to you guys. Hopefully you guys will get this update and you guys will enjoy a little bit more of the options today than you did previously with all the kind of additions. And once again, appreciate you guys, appreciate the community. Take it easy. Peace.